Let's face it, Phil Spencer and his team at Xbox haven't exactly had an easy task put in front of them in writing the course of the Xbox brand. How's it going once again, my friends? It is Centurion 1307 with a new piece of content. I'm here wanting to explain how I feel that Microsoft and Xbox have found a new momentum in this generation. It's starting to look as if Microsoft is firmly listening to its fans and gaining a second wind in this generation. Just look at the new Gears 5 Xbox One X console, for example. It looks as if Microsoft Xbox is doubling down on the popularity of the Gears franchise and giving us a much asked for custom console that looks absolutely amazing. Not to mention they're making custom Gears 5 hard drives, mouses, keyboards, headphones. They are really branding this game. And some would even be able to call this marketing. But the Gears 5 hype and excitement doesn't end there. Phil Spencer and the rest of Xbox have heard your demands and pleas, and there is going to be Gears 5 campaign footage shown at Gamescom. So on Monday, August 19th, 2 p.m. Eastern, sit down with Rod Ferguson and Jeff Keighley and get what you've been looking for. This is just yet another example of how Xbox is trying to get back in tune with all of its fans. Most of the time, you would expect most executives to not be in tune with the people that love their products and that they would never ever talk to them in the first place. It is amazing how socially interactive the Xbox executives are with their fans. Mike Ibarra has been known to show up on popular Xbox podcasts, and just recently, Phil Spencer reached out and answered a fan's question. An individual on Twitter by the name of Liz asked Phil Spencer, "Can you at least tell me more single-player games are coming to Xbox in the years to come?" Can you imagine shooting off a tweet, never expecting to get answered, and then Phil Spencer replies? He replied with, "Yes, I can confirm. With the additions to Xbox Game Studios, we have a lot of teams that have built strong single-player focused games, and we want that to continue." So yet once again, here is another example of Phil Spencer and the Microsoft executives acknowledging the demands and pleas of the Xbox fans. To give one last example, Matt Booty just recently appeared on the Game Informer podcast. And for those who don't know, Matt Booty is the director and controller of all Microsoft game studios. They all answer to him. In this podcast, he made a statement that was to put into check a major rumor that is spreading through the gaming community. The rumor that major flagship titles like Gears, Forza, and Halo that have been staples on the Xbox brand for years are going to probably start going multi-plat and appearing on other competing platforms. From Mike Ibarra's statements, he claims that there is game titles that are going to come out of the Xbox Game Studios that are going to be multi-plat. One reason is due to the fact that some of the studios that Microsoft has purchased were already creating multi-plats to begin with. He says the real question is not should a game be on multiple platforms, to making the question more about how could the game benefit from being on a network of platforms in the first place and strengthening its franchise. Minecraft, The Outer Worlds, and Psychonauts 2 are just a few examples of games that are going to be multi-plat coming out of Xbox Game Studios. But he did want to also point out that franchises like Gears, Forza, and Halo are not going to go multi-plat. The number one reason for this is not because they're flagship titles for the Xbox brand, but instead he pointed out that these titles are built from the ground up, inside and out, to benefit from being an exclusive on the Microsoft ecosystem, and that the exclusives coming out of Xbox Game Studios are going to benefit from the resources that will be available to them from the Xbox Game Studios, plus the added support that they would receive from being on Game Pass, xCloud, and Xbox Live. So if you ask me, this interview is just going to have to make all the people that are saying the sky is falling because these games are going to go multi-plat, they're going to have to go find something else to harp on now. Microsoft appears to want to keep this information momentum going with the release of what looks to be coming out of xCloud. Now, these are only virtual renderings of what possibly this new idea could look like. Microsoft filed the patent for this phone accessory a few months back. It revolves around the concept of being able to connect an Xbox-style controller interface to your phone. It's going to have the same amount of buttons and layout as an Xbox One controller, along with integrating speakers into it to allow for added sound. And for those of you that are concerned that this device is going to drain the battery life out of your phone like crazy, Microsoft already thought about that too by integrating a rechargeable battery into this accessory so that it is not dependent upon your phone's battery. I understand that game streaming is a completely new technology at this point and that it does not appeal to very many consumers right now. But as time goes by, it will help integrate new people into the Xbox ecosystem with the games that the Xbox game studios are going to put out. Whether people can admit it or not, hardware sales are not the money maker in gaming, it's software. The more software you can put in the consumer's hands, the more money you're going to make in the long run. The more money that this concept will drive will be able to filter down into the Xbox game studios and the exclusives that we love to play, but also give rise to new and future exclusives that we will also love to play. Microsoft and Xbox are not wanting to put out xCloud to drag people in to play the same old stuff. They are going to create new and great experiences that will keep these new fans and the old fans alike invested into the Xbox ecosystem. And this is all going to start with multi-platform titles. Imagine, if you will, there's a consumer out there somewhere that enjoys playing the Outer Worlds on their competing platform, but they have a job that requires them to do a lot of traveling and time spent on things like airplanes and trains. So they go out and invest some money into the xCloud infrastructure. This will allow them to continue playing the game they love, the Outer Worlds. Now you have them engaged in the Microsoft Xbox ecosystem. All of a sudden, they see some exclusives that they've never had access to or thought about ever playing. This consumer now thinks, you know what, I'm gonna try some of these exclusives out because I've never had the chance. This individual is now fully exploring the Xbox ecosystem, and along the way, he gets to meet great people and make new friendships. All of a sudden, this consumer is like, hey, I want the full Xbox experience. I'm gonna go out and get an Xbox console and become part of the family. This all started with them being able to play a multiplat on a competing platform, and slowly over time were integrated into the Xbox ecosystem. Like Phil Spencer and other Microsoft executives have said, it's not just about all the games, it's also about the experiences you have playing them, along with the experiences that you will have with your friends and the new friends that you will meet on Xbox Live. So we are truly witnessing the new momentum of the Xbox brand. The new momentum of giving out information to the Xbox fans and the ability to intake input from them, to also the new momentum of the direction that they are taking the brand and acquiring new fans and consumers that is completely unique from all of their competitors. So once again, here we are at the end of another video, and I would really appreciate your input and comments down below in the comments section. Tell me, can you see the new direction that they are taking the Xbox brand by being more informative and receptive with their fans, but also by acknowledging the faults that they've made in the past and wanting to make the brand stronger with the addition of more games and a larger fan base? I appreciate you tuning in, and I am extremely thankful for every sub that I get. If you would like to join my subscribers, you can click the subscription button down below for my regularly released content. Whether you subscribe or not, I enjoy putting out these videos for you to enjoy and view. Till next time, my friends, remember, no matter what platform you prefer to game on, stay united and game hard out there.